Howdy, howdy. How is everyone doing this evening? I decided to pop on for a couple of different reasons. Um, One being that I have some bags that I need to embroider. These are duffel bags, so I figure you guys could embroider with me while I get those done. I think I only have two, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal to get, two done. And then the other is I have two of the Hello Summer shirts that I need to do. And so I was going to, while the bags are being embroidered, I figured we can do rhinestones over there, and that will open up the way for a discussion about dye lots. All right. So it's interesting. Interesting thing about dye lots, it goes across a whole lot of different crafting areas. So if you're familiar with dye lot in one area, well, then the same information applies on dye lots in another area. For instance, when I ordered my embroidery thread, all right, um, embroidery thread, for instance, from what's the name of those people? DIME. Normally, I get my threads from, well, in the past, rather, I should say, I would get my threads from Madeira, mainly because for me, Madeira has a whole list of colors that are, you just can't get that color variation from any other thread vendor I've ever seen. I could be wrong, but I've looked at several different embroidery thread vendors, and their list of colors is massive. So it allows me to be able to match the shade more perfectly for my customers than any other company out there. Whereas most other companies, you got to go with the colors that they have, and if the shade isn't just so, then that's whatever. But going back to, for an illustration, the exquisite by DIME 24 spool collection that I showed you guys before. Now these are going to flop all over the place because they're not secured, but like this is the 24 spool collection. This is the summer thread collection. So these are like summer colors, right? I showed it to you guys. I can't remember what project we were working on, but that's neither here nor there. The point of this discussion is no matter what color you choose out of this thread collection, no matter what color, all of them have a number on the top to tell you exactly what color this is, right? So this one is ES21, ES21. And this one is ES213. This purple, this shade of purple is ES390, whereas this shade of purple is ES1031. So when you're talking about dye lots refer to when they make this particular color shade of thread and they run it on the machines. Well, they do so many spools at one time. So they'll spin one spool, set it off, get the next spool, spin it, set it off, or they do multiple spools at one time. I don't know. It depends on their factory. I haven't toured it, but I've been like, I have a video of one thread factory that I went to that was local. They've since shut down, and that's how they did it. They had the machine and it spun all of those spools at one time of that one particular color. They dyed the thread that specific color, and then they spun all of the spools, filled all the spools up, hundreds of spools at a time, and then they moved to the next batch or the next color, right? So what happens, especially like with the one that was here in Gastonia, because they did everything in-house. They dyed the thread, they spun the thread, they dyed the thread, they coated the thread, then they spun the thread and packaged it and sold it on site, right? So say for instance, I go in and I purchase this shade of purple from the company that used to be here, and they made this lot of thread in this shade of dye. Well, fast forward 6 months from now, I go back to my customer loved the shirt. This was the color that they loved. I would go back, buy another shade of purple. Well, instead of it being exactly, what is that blue? That's a purple blue. Anyway, I would go back to get the shade, and the shade would just be a little bit off, just a little bit, just a hair. Under normal circumstances, it's not really that big of a deal. But in some instances where you may be working on a project and you have, like, I'm getting ready to do these 2 duffel bags, but say I had 100 duffel bags and I'm at the last of my thread, and I go, shoot, I'm almost out. Let me go get some more thread. And then as I start to work on the new batch and the shade is off just a little bit, well, I have 86 bags with this shade of purple thread in a barely noticeable different shade, or sometimes even an even bigger noticeable shade of a different, the rest of the bags, the remaining 14. So that can be a problem, but that's what a dye lot is. So if you get, a pretty stable company, um, with threads, and they do their dye the exact same way every single time, they have a formulation, so their stuff comes out the exact same way, blah blah, that's a good thing. So I can always refer back to DIME and ask for ES 1031, buying just one spool because I use this a lot, or maybe a bigger spool, and it should be the same color, same dye lot. But the problem is they might have made this lot of threads in February, but in July they made a whole new batch. And so now the shade is off just a little itty bitty bit. Now, I'm not saying that about DIME. I'm just giving it for instance, because I've been going through that lately with a couple of my vendors. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about it, on how that works. And it's an interesting concept. Like, for instance, my manufacturer of our ice boxes, for instance, they are made out of a plastic, right? So as she mentioned to me, it's not a problem. And I noticed, but it's something that would be barely noticeable to someone else if I chose to go a specific route. But they use a specific vendor. They've been using one vendor for years to supply their plastic. Now, this is ice boxes, this isn't thread. So the same thing can happen with thread. And of course, there's a shortage on everything under the sun during COVID. And so there was a shortage on the plastic. So they had to switch vendors and source plastic from another source so that they could keep business going. Well, when they got the new source of plastic, the plastic from that company had a little bit of a tint to it. So instead of it being a slight blue hue, this one is completely clear. And then they had the source from another vendor, and this one had a slight yellow hue to it. So it's barely noticeable if you don't know where to look or what to look for, but it had nothing to do with the manufacturer itself. It's where they source the plastics from. So I'm saying all of this and getting into all of this to say, that you want to pay attention with your projects whenever you start a large project. And this was a problem with another group that I'm in, because I'm in several rhinestone groups, right? And in one of the rhinestone groups I'm in, there was a lady who was very frustrated because she was working on a large tumbler project. She had so many tumblers that she was doing, and she was using a specific shade of rhinestone. And she started the project, ran out, had to order more from a vendor. And when she got those stones in from the vendor, the shade was different. And she was expressing her frustration on Facebook. All right. So, in expressing her frustration on Facebook, it was, noted to her that she had originally ordered her first batch of rhinestones in, I think they said it was like September of October of last year. And then she ordered again recently, or it was a while ago. She ordered the stones, and then she ordered another batch. Well, that's a different dye lot. So whenever the rhinestones are made, it's the same thing like it was with my ice boxes as it is with thread. Anything that has a dye to it, the actual manufacturer of the rhinestones, they get their glass in from different vendors. So depending upon what vendor they get their glass from to make the crystal rhinestones, the glass could be of a different tint. And if the glass has any sort of a tint to it, it's going to affect the final color of the rhinestone. All right. Same thing with even the jelly rhinestones, the resin rhinestones. If they source resin from a different source, or if they source whatever the plastic is for the jelly stones from a different source, and they go to make their color stones, you may come out with a different shade. So saying all of that to say, the very thing that was mentioned to that customer for that company where she bought, the rhinestones to finish a project, and the project, the stones were of a different shade. I want to let you know that no matter what project you're working on, if you're working on the t-shirts are the exact same way. If you get a reputable company, sometimes your shade could be off. And I said a reputable company. All of, they're reputable, but some companies the shade can be off. So just if you're going to work on a project, this is my final advice. This is the advice I want to give all of you crafters, every last one of you. I don't care what craft you're working on. It could be t-shirts, it could be screen print, the dye for your screen print. It could be DTF, your inks for your DTF. It could be embroidery. It could be rhinestones. It can be what else do we do? I mean, anything where you have to source materials first to complete your project. If it's a large enough project, source all of your materials from the same place at one time, instead of saying, you know what, I should have enough for that project, but if I run out, I can order more, because you might run into that problem where you're doing t-shirts and then you have to order more t-shirts, and now all of a sudden the shade is just a little bit different. The black is not as strong of a black as what you bought the first time. It's from a different dye lot. It was from it was manufactured at different times. So something could have changed between now and then, and now you can't get that older lot anymore. So now you're forced to have to deal with a new lot that's a little bit different. Same with your threads. If you're going to start a large project, go ahead and buy all the thread at the beginning for that particular project. If your stuff is priced properly, if your job is priced properly, it pays for the thread. Go ahead and order the thread. It pays for it. If it's priced properly, you can order a specific spool of thread for that customer and not be in the hole, because you priced it to where all of their materials are paid for. So you definitely want to pay attention to your pricing in that aspect as well. So if you're working on tumblers, if you're working on t-shirts, it doesn't matter. Source all of your stones at one time. I'm saying that also because I have seen where the stones I've gotten for our buy-in, I've gotten some stones in and they're just a little bit shade off. And I'm like, bro, what? I called him up. What in the world? What's good? This isn't what I had before. Why is there a difference? And that's when he explained to me they source glass from different, they got to get glass wherever they can get it. When the getting is good, that's when they get it. And of course, prices vary. So if this price is a little bit better than that price, or whatever the case may be, it could be different. So when they get that glass in and it's not the same as the last company's glass, then it can tint a shade heavier or a shade lighter. So keep that in mind. Even with our buy-in, you may get some stones that the shade is just a little off. And I'm going to show you an example here in a little bit of what I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, for the most part, everything should be good, but you just never know. You have to be careful when it comes to sourcing for a job. So that's also one of the benefits to having the business edition, which we sold out of them, unfortunately for some folks. But it has all of the colors in the business edition so that you can refer back to them, get a good idea of what color your stones are supposed to be. And they've been pretty spot on for the most part when we've gotten them, but there may come a time where we get, like, I do have one instance now, but there may come a time where you'll order a stone color and the shade is off. That would be the reason why. It's not, any slight against you or whatever the case may be personally. You shouldn't take stuff like that personally. It's all business. So a business has to source from wherever they can. And if they have to change their source for their raw materials, because it's the raw materials that the shortage mainly is in. That's why for a minute you couldn't find hats, you couldn't find t-shirts, because the raw materials were missing. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why my camera went off. Oh, you know what? I hit my thing. Give me a minute. Let me get my camera back up and going because this thing is very sensitive. And I'm just glad that you know what? We'll switch cameras because I gotta go to we gotta go to the table anyway and do our rhinestones. Okay. So and I'm gonna move this over too so that I can see the chat because I can't see the chat right now. Hey everybody, I apologize. I just kind of got into that because it's been why do you have a disaster, Patrice? You shouldn't have a disaster over there. Thank you, Fabulous sis. Oh, I did work a little bit on these crazy nails. I'm gonna go over here. I finally am able to actually paint my nails because y'all remember, hopefully my microphone won't die either, y'all, because my stuff is being real unfaithful right now. The light blinking on it and everything. But you remember I cut my finger and my nail was split for the longest, and it's cool, but as my nail grew, the split was right there, and eventually it moved all the way up and grew out to the top, and it kind of split right there. But while it was split, I didn't want to do anything with my nails. So I waited until, so now I'm able to paint my nails again. It's like, hey. But anyway, but that's been on my soul and on my heart about doing the talking about the dye lot, because the dye lot is an important part of our business. And if there's any information that I can give you that will help you avoid a problem, okay? We're trying to help avoid problems because we don't want problems. We want our embroidery and our rhinestones and all of that jazz to be problem free, right? So that's why I'm even bringing this up. And when I saw, because when I received a dye lot that was a little bit different, I was like, whoa, ho, ho, ho. And I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to deal with this with my customers? But then I saw the exact same problem with another company in another group, has nothing to do with me, and it's the same situation. So, like, for instance, both of these are Sapphire AB. And as you notice, this one is darker than this one. Now, this is the one that I normally source, that I normally get, but this is the one that I ended up with recently. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need you to fix this, sir. So he's supposed to be, they're supposed to be correcting that. But at the end of the day, I try to keep things consistent, but this could be a problem for someone if they're trying to work on a project and they were doing these and now they have this. So the same happens with thread, the same happens with fabric, the same happens for those who quilt know that. When you go to quilt, you want to make sure that you have when you're quilting, you want to make sure that you have the same dye lot with your fabric. So you buy enough so that you can complete your project with the exact same dye fabric. All right. So that's that. And like I said, I have 2 duffel bags that I need to do. Fabulosa says, I love my Sapphire AB. They look good to me. Sapphire is phenomenal, y'all. Sapphire is gorgeous. But when I was doing the Hello Summer shirts the other day, I had a couple of people interested in that shirt. And my bestest friend in the whole wide world wanted a shirt as well. And so I ordered her shirts and they came today. So I'm going to go ahead and bling her shirts. But at the same time, I'm supposed to be embroidering 2 duffel bags. So we'll figure that out. But for the time being, I was like, I think it would be cool because she also was interested in, and holler at me, y'all, if my mic dies. As a matter of fact, let me plug up the other one so that it'll already be charging, because I'm away from the charger. It'll already be charging, and then I can swap them if I need to. Hopefully I won't. Oh, hopefully I won't have to. But at any rate, so I wanted to come on and talk about the dye lots and hang out with you guys, bling a shirt. And then I figured somebody wanted to see the Emerald AB, because I do have Emerald AB. And so I wanted to do an Emerald AB along with the Emerald color so that you can see the difference with that color as well. Now, my best friend, I'm pretty sure she wanted the topaz and the citrine. So I'm going to do that for her. And this one is the citrine, I believe. And then I gotta look at it side by side. Sometimes in the light they're different, but then they're similar. Nope, these are both what's a face. So I need to. Here's the smoke topaz. I don't want that. So I don't know what everybody else is working on today. And I need to cut my fan on because I'm about to. I don't know why it's so warm in here. It is like smoking. Hold on, let me cut this fan on so I don't melt in here. So what are you guys working on today aside from rhinestones? Because rhinestones is where it's at these days. I don't know why I have 2 boxes of citrine up here. That's a whole fool. I got topaz right here, but it should be in a box. Hey, Mary Brown. Hey, Coretta. Fabulous is DTC Queen. Josette York Global. Hello, my dear. I'm not playing with this embroidery machine unless it's with you. Hilarious. Aw. Don't do it. Wait a minute. Is it Brody? Don't do Brody like that. Brody loves you, girl. Starbucks cup. Ooh. Flatback. Or are you doing the what's it called? The snow globe effect. Which one are you doing? Don't fall, please. Y'all, I got stuff. I really need to clean up my studio. Like, really, really. Like, I'm to the point of begging at this point for some help in this darn studio chair. Pull out these Siam AB. Holler. That's what's up, girl. My bad on that. Come on. I don't know why y'all ain't want to play right over there. Come on. Not snow globe. Haven't learned to do that yet. Oh man, that's actually really fun. I'm just not super creative. So it's like I'm doing boring looking snow globe stuff, but girl, they got some really cool stuff going on in the snow globe arena for them tumblers. Hey, Daryl Williams, how are you doing today? Welcome. Not often that we get some handsome up in here. That's what's up. Welcome. Sublimating license plate, Miss Nene doing. She doing some license plates today. That's what's up. I need to do some more sublimating. I got my dad came by today. Y'all, it's a darn shame. I ain't gave him his keychain yet. I need to be ashamed. No, I'm playing with this. Nine tumblers and 9 glitter pins. 1 t-shirt to do HTV. Wish it was Rhinestones. Girl, I have a my daughter-in-law. She might come through. She's doing some HTV graduation shirts, and I was like, "Girl, you ain't want to do bling?" She's like, "I don't know. I didn't think about it." It's like, "Girl, make a statement out there on that stage." What? Even though they wear the cap and gown across the stage, but I'm just saying. Haven't sublimated a license plate yet. Yeah, those are pretty cool. It's just I don't I don't get too much of a demand for them, me personally. But yeah, they can be done. Those are pretty snazzy. Especially if you got a template, they're pretty easy to do. Because it's all flat. Alright, y'all. Let's clean up some of these extras out of there. I didn't cut the heat press on. I'm gonna have to do that. What I may do is bling the template and then put them on the transfer tape and come back and bling it after both are done. That's what I might do, so that I don't have to keep the heat press on. It's not hot today, but the darn heat press turned on. It's a sauna immediately. And I bought a fan. I already had an exhaust fan that died. I'm like, darn, I didn't even have it a good month. But I bought a window fan to go behind it to help exhaust air as well. So it worked okay. I was still smoking hot up in this mug, so I'm gonna have to figure out an alternative because I can't be hot. I got too much flesh. Too much flesh to be getting hot. All right, where are you? Let's get our handy dandy pickup tool. There's an extra one there. And again, for those of you who are or who will do rhinestone shirts, don't when you use a wax pickup tool, don't mash down on the stone. It really doesn't take all of that. You barely tap the top of that stone. If you've got a good wax pen, you barely tap the top of that stone and it will pick it up. Because what you don't want to do is get the wax residue. I don't know who you are calling me. Boop. You don't want to get wax residue left on the top of the stones, because then when you go to pick it up with the transfer tape, that wax can keep the transfer tape from doing what it's supposed to do, picking up all of the stones. So just barely tap the top. Don't smash down on that stone. Okay. I want you to be frustrated. These stones won't pick up. This tape is trash. No, tape's not trash. Somebody's just a little bit heavy-handed with the pickup tool. Yeah. No harm, no foul. Just be a little less pressure, It don't take all of that. All right. Sweet. Let's get this O filled in. And then we'll work on the L. I don't see any extras. Nope. Okay. Whoops. Whoops. My bad, little stone. Hey, Carol Coleman. How are you? Hey, PM St. Louis. How are you? Blinging a little bit today. I have my bestestess wanted a Hello Summer shirt. She wanted two. Snow globes are easy pea brown. Male Shackelford said, "Yeah, they're a lot of fun. They're fun. They're fun. They're fun. That was actually fun. Just wish I was a little more creative with it." And one of the Tumblr groups I was in, the lady was doing an adult themed snow globe Tumblr. Had some interesting stuff tumbling around in that Tumblr. It's like, alrighty. If that's what you wish to drink out of, then do you. Or whoever you was making it for. But that was a first for me. Let's see. There's that. Okay. And when I tend to double check for rogue stones that are sitting on top or whatever the case may be, they're not in holes, so it's an extra stone basically. I like to look in sections, not sit and look at the whole thing straight on. I like to, that's why you see me moving my hand, because I'm like looking at it in sections so that I don't overlook it, because the bling usually is so strong. Like there was one that I had missed. The bling is usually so strong, it'll mess with your eyes. You thinking you seeing something and you're not, or you are overlooking it because you didn't realize it was there. So I do that, and then I rub my hand over it as well to see. And a lot of times you can feel when a stone is out of place. So just a inside tip. Try not to rest your hand on the other stones while stoning everywhere else, because your hand, the moisture in your hand sometimes will pick up a stone out of over here, and that's not what you want when it's done. So just be careful with that as well. And I also, for those of you who are in here, want to let you guys know that I have sent out a newsletter that is asking for feedback from everyone, if you don't mind. If you don't feel like doing feedback, that's fine. I'm not, pressed about it. But I do appreciate opinions and suggestions and stuff like that. So I sent out the newsletter and got quite a few really good responses back. Well, I mean, every response actually was excellent, but there were some that I was like, that's not a bad, not a bad idea. So one of the ideas we have already implemented. It's already up. It is on the store. It is live right now. And that is a gift card. So if you're interested, like for instance, the buy-in comes the last week of the month. And it's like we like to position it where the first is in there somewhere, so that you can, it's Sunday to Sunday, but somewhere in there the first lands, so that you can, for those who may get paid on the first, and that's the pay cycle, first of the month or whatever the case may be. So that's why we do it that way. to try and make it convenient for everyone. But some folks, the first is not convenient. End of the month is not convenient. They prefer the middle of the month. So the gift card is there. When you purchase a gift card, it will be emailed to you immediately. I don't have anything to do with that. It's an automatic thing. And you will get a gift card code equal to the value of the card that you purchased. And say, for instance, you get a gift card for $300, but the next buy-in, you're like, you know what, I only want one container of stones and it's, $70 or whatever. I'm just throwing numbers out there. Well, the leftover funds on the gift card is still there for the following buy-in. You can use it for subsequent buy-ins until it is used up. Now, if you were to purchase two gift cards, one for 150 and one for 100, yeah, but look at what I just did. Oh my gosh. You will have $250 in gift cards, but you can only use one at a time per order. So, just kind of be mindful of that. These are not my rules. So this is, the gift card manufacturer type folks. It is digital. It is not physical. So you won't get a physical card in the mail, but you will get a digital card. So definitely check your spam if you purchase one, because as I mentioned, it is automatically done. I don't control any of that part of it. So hopefully that'll help some of you for the buy-in, and you can have the funds available, when you need it and not miss out. I can't tell you how many emails I've been getting saying, I hate I missed it. I missed out because, the funds weren't right at the time, or it's the wrong time, of the month for me. And I get that. And I really didn't know how to change that, because I can't, it, at this time, doing more than one buy-in at a time just does not make practical sense from a business standpoint. Maybe in the future we'd be able to do that, but right now we can't. So when the customer suggested a gift card, that was, so we got duck books available, you guys. They are Sir McQuacken's duck books is what we call them. So you can buy some duck books and use them in future buy-in purchases. Yeah, we're gonna use this. I saw a question. I'm having a hard time getting my stones to stick to the transfer tape. What kind do you use? Yes, thank you, Dimps. This heat transfer tape from Heat Transfer Warehouse is bomb.com. This is the best, hands down, heat transfer tape I have used, and I've used a lot from several different places. This one is like, because this tape is used for more than just rhinestones for them. They also have a HTV that uses transfer tape, and this works for that as well. So this, I love this heat transfer tape. They don't call it that. They call it KTM or something like that. And it works fantabulously because it sticks over and over and over. I think the most I've used a tape was 7 times. Anybody else's tape 3 times. And then the most I've used their tape is 7. So my tape lasts for a long time. I love this mask tape. Just bought some more actually. The other thing that could be causing you a problem is what I was just mentioning when I was, putting the stones into the template. If you're using a wax pen, try not to put a lot of pressure with this wax pen on top of the stones, because what will happen is if you put a lot of pressure, kind of think of it like a crayon. You put a lot of pressure on your paper or the coloring page, The more pressure you put, the more color crayon you're putting down there. Well, that wax does get used up. Every time you touch that stone, wax transfers. The lighter you touch it, it's like minuscule amount that sticks to let it pick up your stone. And what'll happen is that wax that you leave on top, you would put down. It doesn't matter what tape you use, you put it down and you go to pick it up, and your stones won't stick to the tape because you've mashed too much wax on the top of those stones. So that could be a problem as well. So just keep that in mind. You don't want to put a lot of pressure, but you definitely want a good tape. And this phenomenal tape. I believe my link is below. If it's not, I don't care. Go get it from Heat Transfer Warehouse. You will not be sorry. I don't care if I get kickback or not, because that's just how good this is. I don't care. I'd rather you have frustration free than for me to get kickback or whatever. It's not that big of a deal. I just need you to be happy when you're doing your rhinestones. All right, so this is the citrine AB for her shirt. And now we're going to do the citrine stones. Hey, Patricia Johnson. Hey, Aliana T. I got that transfer tape and the flock from Heat Transfer Warehouse, getting ready for my first buy-in. Holler, Crafty Puerto Rican. We here, girl. We here. Offering Duck books as well. Gift card for, is that the Rhinestone? Hold on, let me make sure that ain't an AB. Come on, son. That's an AB stone. Let's put you where you live. Okay. We also have the gift card, the Duck books available. So if the paid time frame or whatever, the buy-in time frame isn't the best, then there's an alternative. And we appreciate the suggestion. It actually came from a couple of suggestions put together, and was like, is this an option? And sure enough, it was. I didn't even realize it was an option. So that worked perfectly. So we got you some Sir McQuacken's Duck books available to use. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you, fam. Girl, I love when they brush right in and I ain't got the whole bunch of extra, as my grandfather used to say. Alrighty. And then, like I said, I won't be on too much longer because I think 7:55 has something coming up at 7. But after I'm done blinging these shirts, I'm going to finish or work on that duffel bag that I got to do. 2 duffel bags I got to do. Go over, nothing brushing out. Sweet. All right. And when I go to bling the last shirt, because I'm going to do 3 shirts. When I do the last shirt, I'll cut the heat press on. All right, so there's the citrine AB. Here's the citrine. We're going to pick this up just like we did the word hello. Hello. And hopefully I cut that big enough. If I didn't, we got a trick for that as well. I want your rhinestone so bad. Soon I'll be able to order. Do you always have the colors in your ice cube business? No, Cheryl H. The colors, yes. The actual business edition with all the colors in it, no. That was a one-time thing for that. But the other troves are always available in the buy-in. It's just that the color selection changes. I don't know that this is big enough. Let's see. Whoops. All right, so I did what I tell people not to do. So when you do that U shape and you go straight down, I tell you go down, flatten it out, and commit. Don't stop. I stopped. So I had some stones move right in here. Let me see if I can get that glare off of it so that you can see it. There we go. So right in here, see those stones moved on me. So what I'm going to do is show you, and I missed these stones down here. So I'm gonna show you what to do to fix that. Don't panic and have a whole conniption. It's not that serious. So I'm going to smooth down what's here so that I know that these are stuck. All right. Just in case I have to pick it up. But in this instance, I don't have to pick it up. So like this stone here, it was right there at the right spot. So I just, and if it's not, I use my fingernail through the top of the plastic and just slide it over into the hole. Okay. So get it in there. Sometimes you'll hear it snap in place. Sometimes it doesn't. If the stone is turned over, which is my least favorite, happen sometimes with stones, then it's easy in a way. You just pick it up. And what I suggest is get some tweezers so that you can pick it off of the plastic without disturbing the surrounding stones. Then flip it over, put it in its place where it's supposed to be, and put the plastic back in place. Don't take this all the way off and do that. But even if you did take it all the way off to do that, usually the rest of the stones are in a good position and you can just, you know, kind of guide it back where it's supposed to be as if you were just picking it up. And then you can put that stone where it needs to be. But I didn't have any flip over right there. But down here where I missed these 4 stones, super easy fix, super easy fix. All you would need to do is find a piece of transfer tape on an edge or across the top in a blank space. I'm going to go from over here off the side since it's right here. And I don't need a lot. I just need just that little teeny section, right? So I'm just going to cut this off the side. And I don't have to go all the way up the top. I could just cut just enough, but I'm going to go all the way up the top. And then I'm going to lay this and tape, make sure that this tape tapes to the top of this one, overlaps, and then picks up those stones. All right. So there we go. Now those stones are picked up and everybody has a place on the tape. And at that point, you just go ahead and get your stones up out the template. Boom, just that quick, just that easy. All right, easy fix. Don't stress out when things seem to go a little off. Don't stress out. So if you needed to pick something back up, if all the stones didn't come off, just kind of guide it back into its place and you'll see where a stone might be missing. Lift it up, put that stone back in its place, put it back down and pick it up. Okay. So when you add that extra at the bottom, of course, it's not going to match your white, you know, tape thingy because it was not the right size. So I just kind of manipulate it a little bit and just let it lay off, hang off some, but I'm just careful where I put this so that the sticky doesn't stick to something else that it shouldn't stick to. But here we go. We've got our citrine AB and our citrine. This is citrine. This is citrine AB, the yellow. All right. For those who may not know the color, let me see if we can't get this dimmed down. Actually, let's do this. Because there's a good bit of light in here still from the daylight. And here's our citrine and the citrine AB. So I have thoroughly enjoyed doing the AB combinations. So like the sapphire AB and then use regular sapphire is going to be amazing. So that's my plan, is to eventually do a combination like this where there's 2 different parts to the rhinestone and do them in each color. So eventually I intend to do that, and hopefully we'll have a video on all of that. Hey Ruji, hey Sam, how are you, my dear? Thank you, Cheryl H. So you have rhinestones available at other times besides the buy-in? No ma'am, not yet. Hey Anna Namus from San Diego, welcome. I went to your last 6 videos, HTD. Yeah, okay, I'll have to put it on there. I have to thank you, Demps, for checking that, because I didn't know. So I'll be so focused on just getting the video done and getting live instead of trying to get affiliate links put out there. I need to do better. I really do. So that you can go straight to whatever the item is we're talking about. But no, ma'am, I don't offer the rhinestones the whole time, because it's it if I what in the world. Oh, let me make sure that's not what I think that is. If what we're doing is, yeah, of course it is. What we're doing is a buy-in. And so the buy-in, it's easier to keep up with all of the shipments and such if we do them one at a time. So once a month, that gives us time to get the stones in, because a lot of overseas shipments tend to take right at about 21 to 30 days to get here from overseas. Sometimes faster, most times not, but sometimes faster. Um, and sometimes, a rare occasion, one or two bags, maybe boxes, rather not bags, one or two boxes may be slower. May take over 30 days. That sucks, but we have to go through customs. Customs has to check all of this, so, and make sure that we're not smuggling anything illegal. Um, so all of that takes time. So it's just easier to do the buy-in once a month instead of doing it, like we just finished a buy-in, then we do another one, and then somebody's shipment don't come in and somebody else's does, and stones get mixed up, and you sent mine should have been here by now, but this one just came and hers is early, and it's called, no, we ain't got time for that kind of drama. Must say no thank you. So we just do it one at a time. And if the good Lord sees fit, that we're able to maintain and manage inventory or something at a future date, then who knows, maybe then we would. But for right now, because the whole point is to um, assist businesses, that's what we're doing this for. Yes, if you are doing this for a personal reason, you can take advantage of a good deal as well. But our main priority is to help those out there who are striving to incorporate rhinestones into their business and make it affordable, because most of the options are retail options, and it's kind of difficult to make a good profit from your customer base if you're paying retail prices for your materials. So, kind of like you wouldn't necessarily go to Walmart and buy your t-shirts, buy 40 t-shirts for an order unless you absolutely had to. It would be better for you to find a wholesaler or, a shirt supplier, so that you can make a better profit margin with your items. So that was the reason behind it. And so that's why we only do it once a month. But right now, um, I haven't gotten the calling to do it more than once a month. I haven't gotten that message yet. So just one at a time. Okay. So this is Topaz AB, and give me one moment. I gotta take care of something really quick. No, he did not text me that. Gotta take care of something really quickly. I apologize, but I'm right here. Whoops, wrong thing. Email. Thank you. What's this? Okay. Oh, mercy, mercy. So that's why the buy-in is only once a month. Oh, here it is. Watch it make me log in again. That would suck. Of course it does. And then it's blank. Okay. Okay, go. I think it's going to help the small businesses trying to get. Well, I mean, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I was a small business at one point in time too. And um, when I was trying to get into doing rhinestones, you know, it's, I understand from a business standpoint, if you're in the retail sector of selling rhinestones, I totally understand that. Um, but part of the issue I was having was I'm starting out and I couldn't swing the wholesale prices that was offered. There we go. Sorry about that, y'all. I couldn't swing the wholesale that was being offered from the places I was getting my rhinestones from, and it was discouraging. It really was, because I'm like, okay, and don't get it twisted. The strategy still works even if you're paying retail. You can price your product or your in service of making a shirt or whatever it is that you're making, hat, bag, whatever. You can price it to where it covers the cost of the retail stones, and still make money. But that means that you would have to price to your end price to your customer would be quite significantly higher. So in this instance, you can still price, higher, but you get a little bit more of a profit margin. Um, and yeah, there are folks out there that, if you know what you're doing, you can order yourself. Rhinestones. I mean, there's no secret how this is working, but there's a lot of red tape and customs and duties and all this jazz that we just love so much. We really do. And we go through all of that for you so that you don't have to worry about it. And then just deliver you the end quality goods. So that is, whoop, there's a stranger in my house right there. Let's move you. Come on. Stop being shy. All right, there's another. So, but yeah, we understand. Still a small business. What am I saying? I'm still a small business. I ain't tripping. Shoot. So I understand. So I'm like, hey, y'all join in with me. We go in together and make this money. What? Make this money. Make these shirts. Bling out some shirts. And get paid. Because, that's the reason I was ordering. Was so that I could make some shirts. So, 2 more. This Topaz AB is gorgeous. It's like a gold AB color. All right. So this is Topaz AB. Everybody looks to be happy. Everybody looks like they have a nice place to live. No freeloaders, no borders. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. I hate that my table is warped now. I warped it with the heat from shirts. I'm going to have to get a new mat or something. All right, so I'm going to pick up my stones with my trusty scoop that I got from Dollar Tree. And my trusty rhinestone brush that I got from Walmart. I think I got this one from Walmart. I can't remember. You can sometimes find them at Walmart. Sometimes you can find them at Lowe's. And sometimes you can find them at Home Depot. You just got to get out there and look. And seek and ye shall find. All right. So that's Topaz AB. So let's go ahead and pick this up. So we're going to cut a piece. I just made a rhinestone template to go over a sublimated design. Can rhinestones also be pressed onto DTF? I'm going to say no. And the reason why I'm going to say no is because I did try it And what I found is the DTF has like a vinyl feel sometimes. And the ink, can have, oh, there's some stones right there. I got to pick that up. But the ink can have like a plasticky feel when you're done. And what that does is rhinestones are better pressed onto fabrics. I'll just put it that way. Better to press rhinestones onto fabric. So anything with a fabricy surface should work. The plastic stuff, not a good fit. You can try it. I'm not going to tell you not to try it. You can try it. And then it'll stick to it at first. But then when you go to wash it, all of those stones will come right off. So for instance, I did a shirt with DTF. It was Prince, and it didn't work. Those stones, I pressed them on. They look good because they will press on, but then you go to do like this to the stone or rub on it a little too hard, or the shirt rubs up against itself, or you put it in the wash machine, all them stones gonna come right the heck off. So I had to go back to the drawing board and end up putting the rhinestones on glitter HTV, and they kind of stuck to the glitter HTV, even though it seems a couple of them have been coming off, which sucks. Oh, so crafty. Sorry about that. Thank you, Demps, for answering that. Yes, June 26th, which is Sunday to, I want to say, what is that? The 3rd, I think, is the next date. Let's see. Y'all know I'm not the best with my math. This man is in there texting me, telling me he's hungry, y'all. I got to feed my honey. That's hilarious. Yep, it's 26th through the 3rd of July. So if you're going to do a lot of your red, white, and blue shirts for the 4th, definitely order enough of one order to be able to do all of those shirts without having to worry about getting extra stones and the dye lot be different. Same with stones, same with shirts, all of that. Try and do it all at per job. Because I started doing things per job, actually. So now I don't keep shirts in stock at all. So if a customer places an order for shirts, that's fine, but you'll have to wait, a few days for me to get the shirts in, even though I usually get the shirts next day, but it just depends on how I order it. If I get the order too late in the day or something like that, then it'll be a day or two. Or if I order from like Jiffy Shirts, it'll be a couple of days. It won't be next day. So it depends on where I order it from. But I informed the customer, hey, I got to order the shirts. So you'll have to wait on me to get the shirts, and then wait on me to do the actual order. So that keeps me from having inventory sitting here. Same with the rhinestones, technically. It keeps me from having inventory sitting here that nobody wants. And I'm not selling it. Because I still have t-shirts downstairs, white ones for sublimation and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, I just started giving them the Goodwill because it's like I'm not going to use these shirts. Not Goodwill, the thrift store. It's a kidney foundation type thrift store. So that somebody can use them darn shirts, and it's like one of my customers, we had an event and she was like, oh, it's gonna be so many people there, blah blah, and it wasn't. So I ended up having extra inventory that's still sitting down there. So I do buy the job now. All right, so this is Topaz. I apologize, I didn't mention that. This is Topaz. This is the Topaz AB. So we're doing like colors together. Hey, 755, could you cut the stone pattern on top of the DTF? Yes, that is absolutely an excellent idea. That does work. I have seen that. So that's a good call. For me, usually I'm already doing a design that somebody else has already done because I don't make my own. I tried my hand at it the other day. I did pretty good with Uni's help. The best Uni helped me out, and Patrice helped me out. So that was fun. Learning from them. So, but usually I'm stoning something somebody else created. B-stash for your crafty family. Them. I thought about that. I swear I did. I thought about it, but it's just like, bruh, by the time I package this stuff up and ship it out and pay shipping and blah blah blah, it's like, bruh, I'm over it. Usually I'm ready for it to go. If I'm getting rid of stuff, I'm ready for it to go because I'm a closet hoarder. So unfortunately, like I'm holding on to rhinestones that I really don't want. Some of the lower end rhinestones, I'm still holding on to them things. I don't know why. I'm not gonna use them. I don't know why. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But anyway. Okay, so here is the Topaz AB. Gorgeous coloring. Gorgeous. This Topaz, man. Oh, you know what? I can hold it up with this instead of struggling. Why didn't somebody tell me that? Eve, don't struggle. So here is the Topaz and the Topaz AB, and here's the Topaz. So these are gorgeous colors. And now we're going to go ahead and do the emerald, and I'm going to cut the heat press on and smoke myself out of this room. But first, I'm going to show you, this is what it looks like on the shirt. So this is the Citrine AB. This is the one I did the other day. And then this is the Topaz AB. And I think the Topaz AB is the one that got folks hollering. They want this shirt. It's hilarious to me. So she saw both of these and she was like, I want that shirt. You gonna make that shirt for your friend? Oh my God. Yes, I'll make it for my friend. All right. So that was Topaz AB and Topaz. So let me go grab and put the Citrine up and the Citrine AB. I have emerald right here beside me, and I'm gonna go grab the emerald AB because it's not. Nope, it's not in here. Nope, it's not in here. So I'm gonna go grab that and be right back. And we'll try that. Let's see. And then on top of that, I gotta remember what I did with it. That's emerald. Actually, I need to bring this. And the emerald AB is where? That's that. That's that. That's that. Y'all, it's sad. I don't even know what to do with it. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I don't know what to do with this turn color. Let's see. I just had it the other day. Well, we might have to do a different color. That sucks. I really wanted to do AB. No, I need to do the emerald AB because y'all haven't seen it yet. Let's go with orange. Lily, what did I do with that? I don't even know. This is sad, y'all. Who are you? That's Peridot. I was testing it out with something and I done set it off to the side. somewhere. Where did I set you? I need to try that out too. All right, let me check one other place. Well, it might be in here in the studio. I gotta find it, y'all. I've been doing too many projects in too many different places. So this is the emerald. I have the emerald. Wouldn't it be in here? I could swear I had it in here because I was showing it to somebody. So it must be in here. I have stuff everywhere because I got several projects. What are you? Why is my phone going off? I think I need to see this in the light. Give me 1 second. This has to be what I think it is. So sometimes I have to use, nope, you're not Emerald Baby. Sometimes I have to use a flashlight to make sure what's what. Because that color, you can see it in the light, but just sitting there, you can't see it. I was showing it to y'all. And I don't know what I'm doing with it. Ain't that sad? That's blue. Happy Saturday to you too. You have a magic closet, girl. Hey, Miss 143. I hear your name all the time. 755 always speaks highly of you. Finally caught alive. She's so Wells. Well, thank you, She's so Wells. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Georgie Lee Adams. Hey, Miss 143. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us, She's so Wells. Thank you so very much. We try to have a lot of fun over here when I'm not being a hot mess express, as my dear, lovely companion friend Patrice points out quite frequently. The hot mess express stops at this train station quite frequently. So, like right now, I need to find what I've done with a bag of rhinestones. And getting old does not help at all. So, it's an emerald AB, and I know what it looks like, but I'm having trouble finding it. I don't know what I did with it, y'all. We might not be able to do that shirt today. That sucks. I really wanted to. And it's in the house, so that's the crazy part. But I just got stuff everywhere. Let me see. I should have asked the mister. He might know what I have done with it. If he ain't listening in already. I cleared out my magic carpet. Now it's in my magic garage, right? And it's one of those, you can use the old songs for the grands or mock-ups. The only reason why I wouldn't necessarily do the mock-ups is because of whenever I show rhinestones, I want them to be the top quality ones that we use. And if I use those others, it would, well, you know what? That's not a bad thought to show you the difference between a regular type rhinestone and these super quality ones. That's an excellent idea. Sunshine coordinations. I'm going to have to do that because I did that with my, bling party. When I was doing bling parties, I, nope, that ain't it. That's anything, you know. I always had a shirt up on a mannequin that showed regular rhinestones and my rhinestones. Because even back then I was sourcing rhinestones, but I just wasn't bringing everybody else in with me. And you could see the difference clearly. They loved it. They really appreciated the fact that the rhinestones were, the better quality stones, using them in the class. So, and that also help them justify the price of the ticket, so to speak. So, and the prices of the shirts. All right. You know what, y'all? Hang on a sec. Let me go. I'm going to take this off and go back here and find out what I've done with this Emerald AB. I'll be right back. I know. Tell me what you want to eat. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. They had been packaged and I didn't know it. So, um, sometimes when you get help, you don't realize things have been done, and so they were packaged up. Okay. All right. So here is Emerald AB and here's Emerald. So this is a color. I did not have this in the buy-in, but we're going to go ahead and show it to you because it will be listed in the next buy-in if you're into green. Oh, y'all are the best hot mess I've ever seen. I appreciate that, Fabulous. It's Mel Shackelford. I have a lid to a tumbler that is MIA. I put it somewhere. Told myself I was going to forget that I put it wherever. I put it so I know what you mean about getting older does not help. Let's even let you know I'll be ordering some stuff just to get my budgeting together. Okay. No worries, Miss Georgie Lee. As I mentioned before, we have gift cards now. You can get Duck Bucks. Okay, so Duck Bucks are live on the site right now because you can purchase some Duck Bucks to give as a gift to yourself. So when the time comes for the buy-in, you will have the songs available. Or if you wanted to gift a gift card to somebody else, some Duck Bucks, you can buy them as a gift. So it's entirely up to you. If you have family or a friend or someone that wants to get into doing rhinestones, Duck Bucks are a fabulous way to let them get in and pick what they want. All right. Did you figure out what you wanted to eat? Because I am actually getting hungry. I'm going to do this shirt. Now I'll come back and do the bags after we eat. All right. So this is Emerald AB. I hadn't shown it before. So you guys get to see it for the first time. And we got a couple of other really cool things coming down the pipes for the next buy-in. We'll be going over that in another week and a half. And we'll put out newsletter and let you guys know what's what with the announcements. But Duck Bucks is live. I haven't put that in a newsletter, haven't made the announcement. So if you are unaware or wasn't, browsing. Oh, and also left the website open and up. So it is up. It's just that the stones are showing unavailable because that was another suggestion or request to leave it where you can see the different options that are available for the buy-in so that you can plan ahead. The only thing, actually, now that I think about it, the only thing I need to change are the troves because the troves change with each buy-in. Someone did ask about, ooh, this is pretty. Oh my goodness. Someone did ask about doing a sale like coupons or something, but these are wholesale. These aren't retail cost. So I'm not, this isn't like a huge profit margin that we're making on these. So a sale just isn't, a coupon isn't necessarily something that will happen. So just keep that in mind. That we are doing, especially after paying tariffs and stuff. Oh my God. The tariffs and the high expensive shipping coming from express from overseas, that all that costs a good bit. And then, we absorb some of that. So don't know that we'll have any coupons coming anytime soon. But you never know. All right, so here are Emerald AB stones. And the AB, for those who may not know, the AB stones are your solid color stones. So for like Topaz AB, it's just the regular color topaz stone, and they put a coating on it that gives it like a reflective effect, kind of holographic almost. And what that does is it allows the one solid color to reflect other colors, which is really cool. So like the Emerald AB has a lot of blue and green and purple, deep purples in it, which is really cool. So a lot of it depends on the angle that you look at the shirt, which will give you that holographic kind of sort of like effect, where it gives other colors, it's reflected. So the AB actually stands for like an aurora borealis type effect. You know how when you if you've heard of the northern lights, where it reflects in the sky, does that pretty dazzling array of all colors, that's where the naming for this has come from. So it's really neat to use this in conjunction with its partner color. So for instance, we did topaz with the topaz AB, we did the citrine with the citrine AB, and so now this is the emerald AB, and we'll do that with the emerald and show you how that looks. So this is again the emerald AB. All right, I done knocked that out. It was looking good and I had to be extra. All right, let's grab this. Let's grab that. Put that back. Okay. All right. So again, if you want to prepare ahead for the buy-in, you know, we got duck books. You can grab you some duck books off of the website. It is up. It is available right now because it's a gift card, and it will go into your email. You'll have the code and you can use it until it is used up. All right. So I like to clean up so that I don't have extra stones stuck to my in my workstation, but also my transfer tape when I go to pick it up. So here is Emerald AB. Hi, Leela Nelson. Transfer tape and flop. I know the transfer tape and flop. We haven't gotten that decision locked down just yet. We're still considering how we're going to move with that. I'm gonna double check because I just saw that extra stone there. Make sure I'm not overlooking somebody. Okay. All right, drop and commit instead of chickening out. Let's see. Boom. Perfect. All right. And I also go back and rub over the top, not just to make sure that there's a good contact between the stones and the tape, but I also do it to make sure I don't feel a stone out of place. Because once you start doing this repetitively, you'll be able to tell whenever something's not quite right. So that's what I do. All right, and now let's put it on its tape. Backing, sorry. The backing paper. All right, so this is Emerald AB. All right. And unfortunately, let's see something. Let's see. Oh, look at that. You can kind of see a little bit better. Just a little bit. But once we get it on the shirt, it'll really pop. So this plastic kind of like takes away from it. So we'll get it on the shirt so that you can see it a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and cut the heat press on. Smoke ourselves out over here. Clip my mic back on because I forgot about it and it almost hit the concrete. All right. Okay. It's the Emerald AB, and here's Emerald. All right. She said I'm doing for myself, so I'm not worried about them. I have Dawn DIY Flavor Shack to blame for getting me involved in Rhinestones. I'm addicted now. I told her I was never going to get into them. Well, funny thing is, the funny thing is, whenever people, I know somebody else who said the same thing. They didn't want to do rhinestones, and they are a rhinestone fiend like the rest of us. Whenever I would do the bling parties, the one who ended up having the most fun is the one who turned up their nose when they walked in the door every single time. You know, one lady was like, "What? I'm paying you for me to make my own shirt? This is work. This is tedious." Blah blah blah. I said, "Well, I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to buy a shirt. You just sit down and watch everybody else. This was not my idea. This was your it was a party she was invited to, so it'll be all right." And she made 3 shirts by the end of the darn night. That one lady. Another lady, she made 2, but she had a ball. Absolutely loved making her shirt. So it's just funny because they come in with one thought process behind it, but end up having the most fun. And in some instances, some of the folks who came in thinking that it wasn't that they were going to have way more fun was taking it too seriously and was just getting frustrated. And it's like, you got to loosen up when you're doing your rhinestones. You got to chill out, have a good time, let it be what it is, and bling the darn shirt. It's not super difficult. But the ones who, had their doubts at first were usually the most creative with theirs. Like for instance, they might have would have done a different color per letter, or they might have would have outlined, taken the time to outline there. So instead of doing solid emerald AB, they would have done the emerald AB and went back and took out the outline stones one by one, no less, and added the regular emerald to outline. It was really cool to see how different people did their take on the rhinestone design. Because when I did the party, they had, depending upon how many people were coming to the party, and how many tickets were sold to the party, they had a choice of 3 or 4 different templates. And I did multiples of the templates so that everybody could, switch up and figure out what they want or whatever. And a lot of times they didn't want the same turnout as what somebody else did, so they would change their template, the way their stones were brushed in, to make it unique. So it was really cool. It was really cool to see how different people did their rhinestones. So absolutely love doing this. All right, so here is the emerald, and here's the emerald AB. All right, so let's get this picked up and put on its backing. I turned the heat press on. I kind of want to do another AB color, but y'all hadn't seen. These are the new colors, so that's why the citrine AB and the topaz AB is on here. All these will still be available. Actually, you know what? Let me not do another color because somebody told me they was hungry, so I need to go feed this man. All right, so here is the emerald AB and emerald. Bling parties are a stone gas, honey. It was fun. It was a fun time. It really was. All right, so let me go grab her shirts. And I also bought me an extra shirt so that I could do the emerald. Cut the light on so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Let's see. All right. So I should have these are here. That's for me. This is small. medium, large, extra large. And then these should be hers. And I only got 2. Sweet. Oh yeah, I forgot I got me some purple shirts. Yay. Okay. All right. Alrighty. So I have this one for me, and this is going to be for the Emerald AB, and it's going to live with my citrine and my topaz AB extra large shirt to show. And then here's our here's the shirts for my friend that came in today, and I'm going to bling hers. What's the name of the embroidery digitizer that you recommended before? Can't remember his name. There are a couple of them. One I use is vittordigitizing.net. V as in Victor, ITOR digitizing.net, or you can do JJ digitizing on Facebook. I can't remember his website. I always find him on Facebook though. Patrice, yes, a bling party is a lot of fun. It's a lot of work though. And if you want to know how to do a bling party, I don't have a problem showing you what to do or telling you what to do for those who may want to do one for a business or, whatever. So just let me know if you're interested, and we can help you source your rhinestones as well for your bling parties. You just want to go to one? Oh, shoot. I need to put together a bling party for September. Hilarious. Don't be funny. You're welcome, AKP Chase. You're welcome. All those that hadn't hit the thumbs up button, please do. Thank you, Sharon Davenport. I appreciate that. But yeah, the bling party is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I mean, you got to come in, you get you some good music playing in the background. It depends on, who's throwing the party. Sometimes there's food, sometimes there's not. Most of the instances there was food. My favorite ones were where there was a little bit of alcohol to help loosen folks up just a little itty bitty bit, get them in the right frame of mind and having fun. Because some folks, don't necessarily come into a party thinking they're going to have fun. The worst bling party I have ever done that I will never, ever do again was a preteen bling party. Never will I do that ever again. Because the thing is, people have to respect your materials. Now, because I take a set amount of stones, okay? So the way I set it up is I find out what colors, like for instance, one bling party I did was a AKA party. All right, it was a sorority anniversary party. I guess the women had been in the same group or whatever for a number of years, so they wanted to have a party. They have one every year to celebrate their being together or whatever. And so their colors, of course, were green and pink. And there's the emerald, there's peridot, there's the rose, and then there's fuchsia. So I took those 4 colors and crystal. So there was 5 colors in all. And each person got a set amount. They got 10 gross of every color because I made sure that the templates were at least 10 gross worth of holes. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it wrong, but I know what I'm saying. So I knew 10 gross would do their bling template, in other words. And they could choose to use all the colors if they wanted to, or they could choose whatever one of the colors. They didn't have to use all the colors. But all I asked was, when you do one color, pick it up, put it back in the container, then do the next color, because it's not beneficial to anyone, especially in a bling party, to end up with your stones all mixed up in all different colors. Like, I did this on purpose. But when you're doing a bling party and I'm cleaning up and I'm getting all the stones together to pack up so that the next bling party and the stones are all mixed in together like this, it sucks, you know? So for the most part, most of the women, every party, for the most part, they did. Everything was cleaned up. Everything was done. Everything looked great. You know, alrighty. Let's see. Is that one working? That should be working now. Let's see. Is this one working? Let me see. I can't find my yes, that's working. Okay, cool. Thank you, Patrina. I had to switch mics. I told y'all, let me know when it run out, because that one was about to die. Dag nabbit. I talk too much. I talk too much. I be killing it. You telling your story and we can't hear you. Where did I stop? I'll pick right back up. Hey, Beverly Wilson. So yeah, no crumbs. Now tell the story all over. Which one was I telling you about the kids? Where did I stop in the middle of the children? Because boy, I tell you, them chaps. Ooh, they had my stones all mixed up. Crumbs in my stuff. Ooh, I was real sad, y'all. Real sad. Now I've lost sound. After the AKA party. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was the children. The children, most people will clean up in betwixt and in between. I asked that they use one color to pick it up and put it up so that they don't mix them all up. But the children, they didn't care. This is an example of, now I did this, but this is an example of what they would do. They had crumbs all in it and stuff. I was like, bruh, I mean, bruh, be respectful of the stones. So it wasn't horrible, but I won't do children, like, not preteens, because and then when they don't even half listen to their parents, so they darn sure ain't gonna listen to you. So I just stopped doing them for the little people. But I even had like some 6, 7, 8 year olds that listened better than the preteens. It was the preteens that tore me up. The preteens, I was like, yeah, nah, we ain't doing them no more. Okay, so I'm gonna press the Emerald AB first. Okay, and again, the Emerald AB will be available in the buy-in, this one coming, and it is in the business edition. Okay, so that will be in the business edition. Now I pre-pressed my shirt. So this is my shirt that I'm going to do. Like I said, and put it in with the collection of my other two, but I'm going to lay it over here and let it cool off. And I'm going to go ahead and pre-press the two shirts for my friend and get hers together. And then I'll press her two shirts, then I'll press probably press mine first, then press her 2 shirts, and then I'm going to get off of here so that he and I can go grab some food because I am hungry. And oh, it's after 7. Oh shoot. So 7:55 is probably live now. So that'll be something that y'all can go hang out and do after we're off. Hey, Barkua, honey bunny, how is Mello? I wanted to ask you that last night, but I'm forever spelling his name wrong. I can never remember if it's 1 L or 2. And I think I always spell it with 2 L's, but it's spelled with 1. But him's an adorable puppy dog. So how is the puppy dog doing? He's doing great. Sweet. It is 1 L. See? Hey, Rosalind. I bet that multicolored mix would look awesome for the word summer. It probably would have, Chris Smith, if I wasn't so angry about them mixing up my songs. It probably would have been cute. Oh, you talking about the multicolor mix that I just showed? Yeah, you know what? I think that would have been cute. Because I did do the other summer design with that shirt, with those stones. That's why I mixed them up. Because I did the one that says summer vibes. I did the multicolor stone. That's what this mix was for. Was the one that was that said summer vibes. I love that design too, y'all. That's one of my other favorite designs. Was that this summer vibe shirt that we did in neon. That turned out super adorbs. Super adorbs. Okay. So all 3 shirts now are pre-pressed. And I pre-pressed because we don't want moisture to get behind that glue and ruin our rhinestones and weaken them over time. So I pre-pressed the shirts. And then also something else I found out the hard way. Hey, Eve, how are you? The other thing I found out the hard way is do not wash your shirt with fabric. So, use fabric softener before you rhinestone your shirt. Just don't do it. You can wash it. Don't use fabric softener because for whatever reason, it slicks up the fibers or something and your stuff just does not, it just won't stay stuck to the shirt long. Like I have shirts that have lasted years, but that one that I had washed and worn it and I didn't feel like going to go find a brand new shirt to use, and I put the stones on it and those stones did not stay on very long. So all right, so here is the Emerald AB and the Emerald. Okay, now I hadn't shown the Emerald AB as of yet, so I'm going to check this, make sure the distance is good. I'm going to hold it up, make sure it's not crooked, and it is so crooked it does not make any kind of sense. Whoops. But yeah, the rhinestones are fun. And I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it is a lot of fun to do it. And let's see. That's a little bit still crooked. So let me tilt it back up a little bit more. Just a little bit. Uh-oh, that's him coming, y'all. He hungry. Did you figure out what you wanted to eat? Hopefully that's straight enough. We can repress it because this is for me anyways. So I don't want to take too much time, but hers I want to get perfect. And I may press hers after the live because y'all seen those 2 colors. It's the emerald that I haven't shown yet. So we're going to let it cool off a little bit, and then I'm going to put it back here so that you can see it. And when you do rhinestones, it's a hot peel, like immediate hot peel. So go ahead and peel it right off, which I just did. And you can keep this and use it again because it reuses beautifully. I love Love this hot fix tape. So it's the KTM mask. If you go to heattransferwarehouse.com. All right. Oh my word, y'all. Look at the green. Do you see the green? With me holding it right there. That H and that E. Do you see the green? Look at that. You see the emerald? That's fire. You hear me? Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Like if you look at it in the bag and in the container, it's kind of hard to see the color. But once you press it and you hold it at those angles, the angles is what gives it. Look at the green. I love this. Oh my God. I love what I do. Love what I do. Love rhinestones, y'all. Look at this. Look at that. Emerald AB. Oh, okay. I'm cooling it off because I'm permanently warped. Look at that. Permanently warped. It don't warp. It's not warped right here, but right here is warped because I've been putting too much heat on it. Cool it, 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 cool it. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put the summer in the emerald down here. And I know a lot of folks, they would rather this be on a white shirt, especially in the summertime. You don't want to be hot wearing black. But for me, the black shirts pop the colors of the stones and the bling the best. The black pops it the best. I don't know why, but to me, it just does. Now, of course, it's entirely up to you how you want to do it. But for me, black is the go-to color for rhinestones. Okay. I have yet to get a black shirt that just looks terrible with rhinestones. Any other color, it's like, what is that? Is that gonna work? Is this gonna work? Blah blah. Black gets it every time. It stands out. It just pops. All right. So let's go ahead, and as soon as this is done, I'm going to bling her shirts later so that I can take this man and we can get something to eat and I not get put out of my own house. All right. So I'm hot peeling over here. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and put it down on its backing so that I can use this again. All right. And now let's grab this so that y'all can see the majesty of just how beautiful. Green is not one of my favorite colors, but I'm telling y'all, look at that. Look at that. So you can see the blues. You can see some of the purple, like right in there. See at the top of that E, can you see the purple in the top of the E? But then you turn it this way and you can see the green. You need a wool blanket to put down on your mat that said hot. You know what? I got a wool. Did I think if I haven't sent it to Goodwill already, I have a wool mat. So I'll give that a shot. I didn't like the way it smelled when I was using it to iron. So I was just going to get rid of it. But that's a good idea, Chris. Thank you. Definitely going to do that. Definitely. Look at that. Look at that green and that AB. So this is Emerald AB. And this is Emerald down below it. All right. And it's like you can do this on white. You can do it on black. I actually probably at some point, since I have all those white shirts down there, what I may do is just do each color design on white and each color on black just to see what it looks like and show you guys what it looks like on white and black as well. But yep, this is the Emerald AB. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me see something. Let's turn this off. I lost some of my light on that. I'll turn it back on. There we go. That looks good. All right, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me. The bling transfers. I'm going to do her shirt when we get back from getting something to eat from somewhere. I don't know where I'm going. Large pressing pillow on your mat for the heat. I don't have a large press. Linda Gray, I need to get me one. Actually, I do have a large person pillow. I don't know where it is. I gotta find it. But I know where that, if I haven't given it away, I know where that wool mat is. So I'll try both of them. Thank you for the suggestion. Miss Pressure, no worries, hon. If I wasn't starvation mode, I would still be on, but starvation. Hey, Sharon Davenport, we're showing some Emerald AB. Emerald AB with Emerald. All right, so we got Emerald AB with Emerald. We've got Topaz AB with Topaz. All right. Well, we don't want to be cussing, so let's move that. There we go. And then we've got Citrine AB with Citrine. Hello. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Love these colors. So yeah. Hopefully we will have some more AB combos to put together a little bit later. But today I just wanted to show the 3 new ones that we have. These 2 were in the last buy-in. They'll still be there. And now we're adding the Emerald AB so that you can see it. So I enjoy hanging out with you guys. And hopefully you will have fun using the AB colors as well. Don't forget, as I mentioned, on our website live right now are duck bucks. So you can get a gift card you can purchase on our website to use at a later time, however you want to use it. So you can use it for yourself. You can use it to give away. It will be automatically emailed to you once you purchase it. So check your spam. And every time you use your gift card, so say you use it for yourself, you get maybe a $500 gift card and you use 200 of it with this buy-in. You can use the other 3 for the next buy-in. And each time you use it, it will give you your ending balance on the website in the store. So you have an option now to help out for when the pay doesn't quite hit the way it needs to. So you can go onto the website and get some duck bucks and be able to utilize it with your buy-in. So we look forward to helping your businesses get to the place where you can bling shirts like this for your customers and do it at an affordable price point. All right. Can the gift card be used on anything? It can be used on anything in our store. Anything. If it's in the store, you can use the gift card. If it's in the store, you can use it on anything in the store. There's no limit on that. It's just that if you have $100 gift card and a $200 gift card, unfortunately, only one gift card will apply at a time. So that's the only limitation. The rest is up to you how you want to do it. Okay. I can't find my blue blessed rhinestone shirt that I've posted in the group. I've never worn it. I guess it will eventually show up. Oh no! You know what that means, Miss Leela Nelson? It just means we need to make us another one. That's all, girl. We need to make us another one. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. Let me go feed this man before his stomach dissolves itself, and I will holler at y'all later. All right. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Bye.